everybody, so I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be really mostly focused on this palette. I just got it from an Ipsy subscription bag. If you guys want to see everything else I got in there, I'll let that down in the description bar below, where you can also find my subscribe button. Thank you everybody, first of all, for coming and watching my video, and for everyone who subscribed, thank you so much for your support. And if you're not subscribed, it would be very helpful if you can push that little red button. Thank you. But yeah, just to go straight into it, the first thing that I usually do is I put on some type of primer. So today I'm going to be putting on the Tarte London Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. I just got this and it's really nice. I like it. Then, to get started with this palette, this is the first time I'm using it, so let's see how this turns out. This is my honest review on it and how it's working out. So to prep my eyes, I usually put on a little bit of concealer. I'm going to be using the Anastasia stick in the color Banana. And I use a blender to just let it go all around my eyelid. And to start off, all these colors are these. So today I'm going to be using pretty much these 4 colors. So they're gonna be the color Bonfire, Rose Tattoo, Ocean Avenue, and Toasty. So I'm gonna start off with Bonfire, and I'm gonna be just using this domed shadow brush. I don't know, it looks like this. I'm gonna go in with Bonfire just on the lid first, or on the crease line, so it's gonna go right here. So these colors don't have like that vibrancy, or like if you see it on here, it's not as like vibrant on your eyelid. I've heard that if you wet the colors, they'll have a little more of that color as they apply. I haven't tried it out yet. If you guys have, you guys can let me know. I'm just gonna be using it straight up, just without any water, just going a little more in. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with this color right here, this Rose Tattoo, and I'm gonna apply that on the lid here, and I'm gonna blend it up into the crease. Alright, now I'm just gonna blend that in a little more. Alright, so now on the outside, on the edges of my eye, I'm going to apply this color here, Toasty. So I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush just to start to apply the product. So I have this thinner brush, so it's not as fluffy as the other one, and that's where I'm just gonna add this darker color. So I'm gonna apply it just along the edges right here. So once I put the product on, I go in with the brush and I try to blend all of the colors together. So that's what it's gonna look like for the base. If you just want to keep like a matte look, you can just keep it just like that. But me, I like a little shimmer to it, so I'm gonna go in with this Ocean Avenue shade right here, right in the middle. So what I really like about this right now that I'm applying it is that it doesn't go all the way, like it doesn't cover up the shadow, the shadow I have under it, so you can still see that color, but you can still see that shimmer on it. So we're not done with the eyes yet, but for now I'm just gonna clean it up. So I'm gonna go back in with the concealer, and I'm just gonna put it under my eyes. And I'm gonna use my blender again to just blend it out. So next, after that, I'm gonna go in, since I already applied my primer, I'm gonna add, I always curl my eyelashes after I put on my eyeshadow, just because that's just the process I go through. I did end up curling them a little while ago, but for me, the way my eyelashes work, I guess, is they end up falling a little after that, so I have to curl them more than once. Alright, and I always go in with like a little spoolie just to keep like the little, it has nothing on it, it's just to like brush them out. Because for me, I like since I don't use fake eyelashes usually, or at least I don't have any right now, I like them to be separated, my individual eyelashes. so I always use that. And then I'll just leave it there for a little bit. Meanwhile, I let them just stay. I go in with foundation. So today I'm going to be using the foundation by Anastasia. It's my favorite one. It has great coverage and it goes on so smoothly. So this is in the color, well, it's 260, and that's just the one that goes with me. Alright, so now I go in, I let that sit, and I am going to be using the Kat Von D setting powder in translucent, and I'm just gonna add this with this brush. I'll be putting this just right here, and I'm gonna let it set there for a bit. And then after a while, I'm gonna just wipe the excess off. But now, while I leave that there, that's when I pretty much put my mascara on. So I'm going to be using the Tarte Sea Surfer Curl. I just got this as well. I can link the box where I got this from down below as well. I'll also be linking all of the products and their full-size prices down below as well. So I once again want to make sure that my eyelashes are the way I want them to look, so I just brush them out. And just one last curl. Okay, so now that that's done, I go back in with the same brush. I make sure there isn't excess on the brush, and I just wipe that away. Okay, and then I'm going to be using the same brush in a little bit. But next up, I am going to be adding some type of moisturizer onto my lips, just to keep it on for a bit. I'm going to be using the Sephora Watermelon Lip Balm for right now. So I'm just gonna keep that on for a little bit just to moisturize them before I put on like a lipstick, an actual lipstick, just so that they're not dry. But I'm gonna add a little bit of color to my face next. So I'm gonna be using a Milani baked bronzer in the color Soleil. So I'm gonna go in first with this edged brush, and I'm gonna add it just right here. So what I really like about this bronzer specifically is that you can make it as dark as you want. So like if you see, this is like not that dark of a color, but it's not the same color on my skin. You can layer it and make it as dark as you want it. So it's really, you can work with it really well. It's one of my favorite ones, and I prefer a powdered bronzer. And then just to blend that in, I use a fluffier brush just to like blend it into like the rest of the makeup. Okay, and next, just to add it to the rest of my face, I put a little bit onto the brush, and I just include just a little bit right here. And a little bit just on the bottom of my face. So nothing like too crazy. But to add color to my cheeks, currently the blush that I use comes in the Pineapple of My Eye eyeshadow palette by Tarte. So in here comes some blushes, and I'm gonna be using this one. I believe the color is Baja, and I'm just gonna include a little bit of that just right here. I don't want it to be like boom, like red on my face, so I just include a little bit on here. And over it, I go in with this highlighter that I recently got by OFRA Cosmetics. It's in the color Glazed Donut. I'm just gonna put this right here. Excuse me. Yeah. And when earlier I had mentioned that I wasn't finished with my eyes, that's because I personally, now this is when we finish, or I finish. So I'm gonna be using the same brush from earlier, this fluffy one, and I want to add, I like wipe the product off, but I go in with the same highlighter, this one. I go in and I put it on like my eyebrow, like on the bottom of it. So that's what it looks like. And just for the very last thing, just to kind of like set everything and put everything in place, I go in with this face powder. It's kind of old, so the label kind of came off, but it's by Milani in the color Natural or Light. And it's just powder, so I go in here. about it right now. I have been obsessed with a lip stain. I got this as a sample. I've been meaning to get like another full size of it, but it's a Sephora cream lip stain. I'm not sure what color it is, but I now wipe off the lip just moisturizer. If anything, it looks fine just like that, but I like just including this. So that they're nice and hydrated, I go in with this. And so that's it. That's the end of my video. So this is the final look. So that is it. This is what it looks like at the end with everything all nice and finished. So at the end, since this was the first time I was trying this out, I personally love it. I think the colors blended really nicely. The shimmer's not like overpowering. I love it. I'm definitely gonna be trying to use more colors because this is more of a warm look. I know that this palette has a lot of capabilities to have like a different look that has more of a pop, like with this purple or this red shimmer. So I'm definitely going to be probably making another video. If you like this, please subscribe, and I really appreciate you staying and watching. I appreciate you subscribing, and I appreciate any likes that this video gets. Yeah, thank you, and see you next time.